Hello and welcome to the ICA's Open Day. Today we're going to focus on asking the question, where will an ICA qualification take you? My name is Pekka. I am the Vice President of the International Compliance Association. So look, thanks so much for joining us today. These are some of the big questions that I often find our students have as they're starting out on a journey with the International Compliance Association. I've been asked these questions over many years, all around the world. And I think having these 4 questions in your mind as we go through the sessions today will really help you focus your decision making. So obviously a big question is, which qualification should I do? But then also, what is the impact going to be on my career? Where do I want to be in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Where am I today? What is my current level of knowledge and understanding? What level of qualification is right for me based on my experience, my background, and also what am I interested in? Life's too short, so choose topics that interest and excite you. Okay, so again, just to point out the fact really that doing an International Compliance Association qualification will definitely enhance your career prospects. It will open new doors. And I've personally seen this time and time again. People have progressed in their careers. The student feedback and the surveys that we do always tell us that a qualification with the ICA dramatically helps their chances of promotion or winning new roles. We certainly see this with recruitment, both internally and external agencies. So let's start with a big question. What shall I study? So again, we should be asking ourselves, I guess, what am I currently doing? What's my current role? And the level of experience do I have? And what's my aspirational career role? So this slide is a really helpful way of structuring that thought process. So on the left-hand side in the pale blue, we have our certificate level offerings, typically aimed at people who are maybe new to the world of financial services or the regulated sector. Maybe they're an analyst or an officer, and it's very much focused on the practicalities of doing compliance activity. Then on the middle level qualifications, we're talking about typically our manager, senior manager level, having obtained an ICA diploma, so someone who's maybe looking to move more into the managerial space, having a deeper level understanding of the topics around compliance and risk and financial crime. And then we have our master's level qualifications, typically aimed at thought leaders, people who are senior leaders in their organisations. They're in the executive leadership team or they're aspiring to be in that senior leadership team. And at that level, I would point you towards our professional postgraduate diploma. And I'll talk about these different bands shortly. Running down the bottom of this table, we also have different categories of ICA membership. So you're going to hear about the amazing benefits of becoming a member of the International Compliance Association. We are a professional membership body, and we recognise different levels of membership status, moving right up through from an associate member of the ICA as you study our certificate level programs, to becoming a full professional member ICA, and ultimately, for our very experienced senior professionals, a fellow of the ICA. And these all have additional benefits as well. Okay, but let's focus on the qualifications. Let's talk about those. So ICA learning is, I guess, a huge part of what ICA has to offer. In addition to formal qualifications, we also have a series of short online learning courses. You can see on the left-hand side there, I won't run through the whole list, but some fascinating and really insightful cases. So just to pick one out there, managing SARS investigations, suspicious activity reporting, ransomware uncovered, or fundamentals of sanctions and awareness in that space. Really interesting and very engaging, accessible content. I know we've been, some of them are actually award-winning. The quality and the level of enjoyment as well as knowledge you'll get out of doing these courses is fantastic. Then, of course, we also have 3-hour live instructor-led workshops on the essentials of the topics you have on the right-hand side there in the dark blue. So whether it's the essentials of anti-money laundering, sanctions, risks, or compliance. We have sessions focused in these areas to give you the fundamentals. So let's move on to the qualifications themselves. As you can see down the left-hand side with the different colours, we have the different levels of qualification. So in the pink there, we have our level 2 certificates and specialist certificates. You can see a really diverse range of topics, everything from combating the financing of terrorism to trade finance, new technology, betting and gaming, anti-corruption, compliance, conduct risk, huge amount of options. Really, I'll talk about what level of programs these are, but a great gateway into understanding some of the fundamentals. Then moving up to our level 4 or advanced certificate level, we have a slightly less wide offering, but 6 really interesting offerings focused on areas such as anti-money laundering, practical customer due diligence, just to pull one out there, a really interesting program focused on the realities of undertaking customer due diligence on a complex corporate entity, giving you artifacts to play with, trying to understand ownership structures and looking at negative news media stories, looking at source of wealth, and actually going through the whole journey of onboarding a customer and managing the risk properly. Regulatory compliance, business compliance, cyber risk officer, really interesting courses. Then at our level 6 diploma level, we have 4 offerings, and I'm delighted to confirm that we have a brand new Managing Sanctions Risk Diploma. Sanctions has become such an important discipline that this is a great innovation. We also have, of course, our famous offerings in the anti-money laundering space, focusing unsurprisingly on anti-money laundering, customer due diligence, terrorist financing, financial crime prevention, going broader again, looking at linked topics such as fraud, bribery and corruption, market abuse and insider dealing, as well as touching on AML. And then, of course, governance, risk and compliance, looking at issues such as conduct of business, managing new and important issues such as ESG, such a huge topic, looking at managing risk around relationship with regulators and stakeholders. Then at the top level, we have our master's level professional postgraduate diplomas, level 7. And these are governance, risk and compliance or financial crime compliance. Again, at this level, you'll really be talking to industry leaders, thought leaders, people aspiring to be the real drivers of the industry going forward. And again, fantastic level programs. So you can see there's a route right through from entry level right up to master's level programs. And we do also now have an agreement with Manchester, the University of Manchester, that we will be launching a new master's level program in compliance in a digital world, managing risks in that space, and our professional postgraduate diplomas do feed in to that University of Manchester offering as well. So there really is an educational journey with our qualifications. And actually that takes us really in a timely fashion into our long and valued relationship with one of the world's leading universities, and that's the Alliance Manchester Business School. You can see from the slide there, it really is one of the world's top level business schools. It's a member of the Russell Group of universities, huge amount of awards, 25 Nobel Prize winners, no less. And effectively, what the Alliance of Manchester Business School does is they quality assure our qualifications. They're a quality assurance partner, validating the standards and the quality of everything we do in our offerings. So it really does give you and your stakeholders confidence in the credibility of an ICA qualification. So let's talk a little bit about the format of the courses. So again, you can see that they vary in time in terms of the time it takes to study. So again, it varies, in terms of the speed at which you're going to complete, but typically for a certificate level program, you're talking 1 to 3 months in duration, whereas a diploma, 9 months advanced certificate maybe 6, and professional postgraduate diploma over a year. You can see now that the formats of delivery vary as well, that the certificates are delivered online. You can study at your own pace, very engaging and interactive, e-learning material, and huge amount of resources. Then we move up the levels. We have different levels of virtual classrooms, immersive learning scenarios, and lots of contact time. The higher up the qualifications go, the greater the amount of contact with tutors, assessment preparation sessions, and immersive scenarios. Again, the postgraduate diploma, virtual masterclasses held over weekends with virtual networking sessions and additional tutorial and support sessions. The different qualifications are also assessed in different ways. So again, varying from multiple choice examinations up to written assignments and masterclass commentaries. And I would just say that the assessment really will focus you into developing a deepening of your knowledge in the subject area. It'll make you think critically about the subject. Open your mind to new areas of information. We do have some variants as well. We have a competency-based oral interview and an examination for one of our CDD advanced certificate programs. What about your learning experience? So again, the ICA is really highly regarded for having a fantastic and enjoyable learning experience. There's a whole range of different ways people learn, and we know that at the ICA. So whether you're a person that prefers to self-study or talk through scenarios, do maybe buddying up with a tutor, we have something for you. You can see on the screen there a range of different options. We have a very engaging learning platform which will help you track your study, huge amounts of tutor support from our amazing teaching team, workshops where you will get to meet and benchmark with other professionals from around the world, immersive learning scenarios. When you submit your assignments, you will get individual and tailored feedback on how well you're doing, and also how well your cohort is doing as well. And I've mentioned already some of the tutorials and virtual classrooms that are held. So we have a short video I'm just going to show you now, which highlights our Barco studio, which is an amazing piece of technology. I'm actually stood in our Barco studio at the moment. I'm just going to run through this video and talk to you about the learning experience in the Barco solution, which really does mark out the ICA as a unique offering. So the Barco Studio is a really innovative way of bringing the best of a face-to-face experience into a virtual environment. And you can see we have a series of screens in the studio which enable you, no matter what time zone or part of the world you're in, to come in and feel much more engaged with the learning experience, feeling that you can interact more on a one-to-one basis with your tutor. And this is James, one of our global AML lead, a fantastically engaging tutor. And you can see there he is working the room with his magical style, giving the students a chance to interact one-to-one with directional cameras, directional audio, different learning solutions. So virtual whiteboards, a physical whiteboard here in the studio, breakout rooms where you can network with your peers, work on individual groups, lots of different media. There's James using an interactive map, polling, really is engaging and enjoyable. And of course, it makes you able to learn at your convenience of wherever you are in the world. The sessions are all recorded and they're edited afterwards as well, so you have them at your leisure. So again, we have videos on the website explaining more about the Barco Studio, but it really is a fantastic bit of kit which will help your learning experience. Okay, so some key questions. Can I fit study in with work and other commitments? Absolutely. The ICA courses are designed to be built around a work-life balance. And look, it varies depending on what your level of academic study in the past has been. But I would say typically on, say, a diploma, you're probably talking about 3 to 4 hours self-study a week. And that will vary over the course of the course as you research assessments and you prepare for submission. But it's very much designed to be flexible. Again, if you haven't studied for a long time, do not panic. We get loads of people coming in who haven't studied at this level ever or for many years, and that can be daunting. So there is a huge amount of resources to help you. We have tutorial sessions, assessment preparation sessions, where you can come in and ask questions about the assessment. There is a huge amount of material on the learning platform to help you as well, and lots of dedicated one-to-one support. If here in the UK you're looking to do an apprenticeship, you can do the ICA qualification as part of an apprenticeship here in the UK as well. So, do reach out to us, we can give you more information there. And you don't need to be an ICA member to do a course. We do have different payment options as well, so do get in touch with us if you want to talk about flexible payment options. So, there's now a huge amount of people to talk to in the ICA to help you make your decisions, whether it's inquiring about how to go about enrolling. We have the learning enrolment team who can talk to you about which course is right for you, which level. And then we have our learning management team. So once you're enrolled on the learning management system, you have questions about getting the most out of that experience, they can help you with that. Again, our amazing training and education team. Our tutors really are fantastic. They're all very engaging, knowledgeable, and crucially, they've been there, they've done that. They've worked in the real world, whether it's investigating complex money laundering cases, whether it's talking to regulators about conduct of business issues, whether it's investigating terrorist financing, whether it's dealing with different industries. They've been there, they've done it. And they're very supportive. Trust me, you will enjoy learning with them. We have our assessment team, really dedicated group of people helping you through the assessment journey, guiding you on the feedback you're going to get, how to submit, if you have questions around the assessment process. And of course, the events team, who hopefully, I'm being a bit presumptuous here, but when you qualify with the ICA, we have graduation ceremonies. And of course, for all of our ICA members, we have a huge amount of ongoing events which are free for members all throughout the year. And finally, last but not least, we have our membership team who can welcome you into the warm embrace of the ICA global family and talk to you about the benefits of joining our community. Okay, so that's it from me. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your open day with the ICA. Thank you and goodbye.